The top of 20. Tomorrow mostly sunny, 24. Sunday much the same, 26. Sunny for Monday, 28. And staying fine for Tuesday and Wednesday with temps in the high 20s to low 30s. Currently 14 degrees. More news as it happens on FiveAA.
This is FiveAA Breakfast, thanks to Jeep. When it comes to superior performance, luxury and attention to detail, the Jeep Grand Cherokee has it all.
Morning, everyone. Good to be with you, and it is the day before the weekend. Looking forward to the weekend. 6:35. Have we learnt our lessons with previous bushfires? It appears as though we haven't. We'll investigate that topic after 7 o'clock.
Well, our special relationship with New Zealand might have been forged in war. It's where the acronym ANZAC comes from, obviously, but the bonhomie that exists between the two countries is going to be set aside this Sunday when we play for the World Cup title in the cricket at the MCG. Joining us now from over the ditch is our good friend, the editor of EveningReport.nz, Selwyn Manning. G'day, Selwyn. Mate, you guys over there, you must still be coming down from the excitement of that game against South Africa the other night. That is just one of the best one-day games I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think, it's the first time in years I felt my heartbeat speed up above the normal, Dave. I mean, that was amazing. All the cliches came out in the newspaper the next day, the nail biter, the whole thing, but nothing could compare to the tension that was there, and also the good sportsmanship that was in evidence right throughout that match. But, man, talk about set up for the perfect down-under clash on the weekend.
It gave us one of the great sporting photos of all time, I think, that shot of Elliott bending over and trying to lift Dale Steyn up off the pitch by the hand. It was a terrific photograph.
Amazing. And also what we were seeing too, a real decisive part of the game would be building up. The tension would be high, and you'd see exchanges between the batters and the bowlers that wasn't sledging. It was, man, I loved that bowl. And one where Elliott was nearly taken out, really nearly taken out. He was really outplayed, and he had a word with the bowler, and it was like that was close, and it was that kind of game. And there were so many Kiwis that felt sorry for the South Africans when they lost, because that's what it comes down to, isn't it? In the sense that even though that good sportsmanship kind of rivalry was there, the intensity and competitiveness of getting a win is absolute. And I think that's what we're going to see on the weekend. The Kiwis are under no illusions. The MCG is going to be going off like Eden Park did to you guys, and so the tables have turned. There's been a lot of chatter, Dave, around the more distant boundaries. The MCG is bigger. The response from the Kiwi team is, we've played all over the world and on some pretty big pitches. The MCG's boundaries don't worry us. And look at the sixes, we've been whacking them up over the stand. So the extra 5 metres or so they're saying is not a worry. I think both of these teams, this observation here, the depth of the batting is amazing on both your team and the Kiwi team. When you look through, and I suppose I've got to say it, the Kiwi lineup with McCullum and Anderson, Guptill, Elliott, Ronke, you got Williamson, this keeps going. And then you've got Vittori, who played such a huge part in the win against South Africa.
Yeah, handy four that he hit.
Yeah, interesting that your captain has been saying in the New Zealand Herald that's published this morning that the Kiwi bowlers, Bolt and Southey, he says they are standing out in the tournament for they're the new ball bowlers of the tournament. So he's saying they're the most dangerous with the new ball. So, clearly that's something that the Kiwis are kind of agreeing on, but we're not getting lured into that awful space where we think, the Australians are a bit scared of us. We know you guys, and I was listening in and I heard you guys talking about when Australia comes over to New Zealand to play us in rugby with the All Blacks, that there's always something in the back of your head, and that's probably quite right, but sometimes being the underdog can be a good thing. And the only thing that's in Kiwi's favour here is relating to, the TAB yesterday was, even before the semi-final, was pitching Australia to win. The odds were there. That's turned around overnight. It's odd that the Kiwis in the early betting this morning have been going on in favour of the Kiwi side. So the odds are have changed right around, but that's the national kind of pride kicking in, I suppose. But what a weekend, Dave.
It will certainly will be so. And look, on a much drier subject away from cricket, but there's a very important by-election coming up this weekend in New Zealand.
Yeah, there is. Now, this has been a national stronghold. The Nationals here are in government, of course, and the Northland electorate has been in their hands for decades. It's almost been the safe seat of safe seats. Now, in recent times, there's been scandals up there. The MP, Mike Sabin, former police officer, he had to stand down and resign from Parliament after it became known that the police had established a prima facie case against him with a version of assault, of which there's court suppression over the details to be able to speak any more on that. But the people in Northland know the details that are being alleged on that. The Nationals are really, they've neglected the area ever since they came into government in 2008, and the polls are showing, Jane, a real backlash against the Nationals up there. It looks like New Zealand First, the Nationals' conservative nemesis, Winston Peters. He's an absolute maverick, this guy, and he's the stereotypical politician that if you create a vacuum, he's going to occupy it and you'll never shift him. Now, he is around 56% support in the polls, the last two polls that came in this week, and the Nationals way back on 37. Labor doesn't even factor into it. Actually, Labor is kind of saying to the voters up there, vote New Zealand First. If you were thinking of Labor, don't do it, kind of do that. That's the kind of scenario up there. Now, this is big because the balance in the House is very much on a knife edge, and the Nationals are there in their third term to get some pretty, neoliberal, fairly right, economically right reform through the House. They won't be able to do it if Winston Peters wins this. The swing of balance goes into the centrist parties that the Nationals will have to rely on for support to stay in government. So, mate,
it sounds like it makes about as much sense as our Senate. But look, it's always great to talk to you, Selwyn. And mate, we would say good luck for Sunday, but honesty forbids. But no, look, in all seriousness, if Australia were to lose on Sunday, I can't think of a country I would be grudgingly happier to lose to. So all the very best for the match, mate.
Yeah, exactly the same, and the same thing there. There's just one thing, Dave, I'd add into the mix, and remember, if the Kiwis do win this weekend, New Zealand will hold both the World Cup Cricket, the World Cricket World Cup, and the Rugby World Cup at the same time. Now, that's something.
Yeah.
So just throw that in.
Enjoy the gloating while you can, mate.
Yeah. And, mate, just before you go, what's this button do?
Let us speak New Zealand. It's just not fair, but I don't care. It's just not fair, but I don't care.
Selwyn Manning, over the ditch. Good to have a chat to him. He's, as David said, one of our good friends on 5AA Brekkie. 6:42. Look, it doesn't matter what suburb you live in, whether it be Ranella or Prospect or Davern Park, Glen Osmond. We have eyes on you, or at least police media have, for all overnight activity. Senior Constable